Hey, buddy, what do you think you're doing?
You blow the horn, I blow the tires.
That was a doe and not even a yearling.
You keep trying to spoil my fun, Sonny.
Pop.
Look here, Trinket. I just bagged myself a sports car.
Why don't you put that gun down, you drunken slob, and find out how good you are?
Now, that'd be a pretty smart thing to do, wouldn't it?
Honey, you'll attract every game warden in the county. You won't even have a trophy to show for it.
Huh? Well, how about these two? How'd you like to have their heads mounted over the fireplace?
Aren't you even gonna give me a blindfold? Come on, honey. Give the boys their money for the towels and let's go on back to town.
I'll pay them nothing.
Do me a favor and just forget about it. You'll kill you.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Hunting for a license plate number.
Morning, can I help you?
We need a couple of 670-15s and a trip about 10 miles back out Highway 85.
Recaps?
No, nylon premiums, the best.
I don't have them here. It might take a little while to get them from the warehouse.
Start calling.
They run you about 45 bucks a piece.
I said start calling.
Deposit.
Let's look around.
Frank! You've been in here all this time? How come you're not out there with the gang? A lot of those wheel jockeys used to work for you.
I got better to do than cool my heels out there. 4 hours you kept me waiting. I drove all the way up from Roswell. Now what is it can't be settled on the phone?
Frank, there's no time to talk business. Hey, how long's it been since you shot yourself a buck or caught yourself a steelhead? Don't tell me. It shows. You've been down there in Roswell trying to hold body and soul together, trying to keep that fine little outfit of yours perking right along. Baker trucking. Yes, sir. It's a fine little outfit. Now, the way I see it, the best thing for you is to come on up to the lodge with us tomorrow morning. Get yourself some of that pure country air. You got to come back a new man. Seeing things a lot clearer.
Hump, all the way up here just for this? If you'd asked me on the phone, I'd said thanks, but I'm too busy right now.
Now you sound just like Gus. Never know when to let up or when to quit, either one of you. Maybe that's because you started out together, huh? Funny how things work out, isn't it? I mean, you still got that little outfit. Oh, it's a fine little outfit for what it is. And Gus, look at Gus now. He's big, Frank. Really big, in spite of himself. Almost as big as a man can get. He's my partner. Big schemes, big dreams. You know what I've been dreaming, Frank? That someday soon our trucks will be rolling straight through, coast to coast. Just a couple of more franchises, couple of more links, end of the rainbow, right?
You trying to put the pressure on me?
You're kind of jumpy today, Frank.
Gus won't stand for it. You know Gus. Live and let live. That's him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Gus, all right. Well, sorry you can't stay on and join the party, Frank.
The next time you cry wolf, I won't come running.
Frank, come on back in here and close that door. I hear you got a turn down at the bank. End of line, huh?
All the way up here, I kept telling myself, Gus will loan me what I need.
Look, maybe Gus has got 51% of this outfit, but I got 49, and I say we loan you nothing. You're just one link, Frank. One more franchise in our pocket, and then whoosh, coast to coast.
Gus won't let it happen.
Don't you sleep on it, or my offering price may just get lower than it already is. Oh, come on, Frank. There's no sense in us talking rough to each other. Go on out there and find yourself some company. Pour yourself a nice long drink. You don't think that just because we're going to take over your outfit, we're going to put you out, do you? But Frank, I'd rather cut off my right arm. No, sir. You're staying right on. You're going to manage the Roswell Ranch for us. 10 grand a year and a piece of the action. And you come in, what, 2, maybe 3 days a week? Now, how's that sound?
Why don't you go out somewhere and die, Humphrey?
Honey Buz? We having a good time? We need more food on the buffet. I told you to keep room service hopping. I also told you to keep circulating. Keep it alive, keep it happy.
I'm keeping it happy. I'm keeping it happy.
I don't know about you anymore, Trinket. You're not the girl you used to be.
Oh. Now, there's some words we ought to carve on the head of a pen. Those are monumental words, spoken by my lord and master, that charming gentleman that introduced me to the piper. Oh, by the way, where is he?
Where is who?
The piper. You know, I've been looking around for him, thinking it was time he ought to get paid. When is he coming for his pound of flesh?
There's one thing I can't stand is a dame when she starts to needle. Now circulate, Trinket, and try and act like a lady.
Oh, now, you know I'll do that. Tell me, honey, is anybody here capable of applauding, appreciating my performance?
No, sir. I just don't know about you anymore, Trink.
Stop right in front of us?
It's a small town.
And maybe we went on to Taos or Española.
Then we go to Taos or Española. As soon as we find out he's not in Santa Fe.
Hey, here's Gus.
Hey, hi,
Where is he?
Huh? Well, if I know Hump, who knows him better, he's behind 4 aces back
Hey, it's Gus. What's keeping Gus?
Out. All of you. Except Hump.
Gus, we're right in the middle of a hand.
I said out. We got business, you and me.
S1E26 That's it. That's it.
I want him.
He's mine.
Odds or evens?
Odds. Like I said, he's mine.
Who's the head of this outfit, Hump? Who's boss?
Gus, we're partners.
I am. President, boss, me, Gus Patton. I make the decisions, all of them.
Now, slow down, Mr. President. I ain't one of your wheel jockeys no more. I got me 49% of this outfit, and that's a lot of percent. So don't start talking to me like that.
I just met Baker in the lobby. He's ready to blow his brains out. He said you're clamping him to death.
That's business, Gus, business.
I look at you and my skin crawls. You were nothing when I took you off those trucks and cut you in, and buddy boy, it's just as easy to cut you out.
Listen, you'd still be moving furniture around town wasn't for me. I built Humpat, not you. Maybe I did push a few people off the road, but you're living fat because I did. This is a business for muscle, Gus. The more you got, the more you get.
You haven't got much sense, but you got a lot of spirit, so I'll drink to that.
Where's the great white hunter?
Don't move. Don't turn around. He's got you covered. Go and have a drink, then. I got some soda?
Money's got to be one of these rooms.
Pick it up.
What's that?
It's a copy of our partnership agreement. I brought it along before I knew what you were doing at Baker. I brought it along, Hump, because I'm sick of standing on the sidelines and letting you set up one Baker after another. It's all done now, big boy. All done.
Come on, Gus.
You ever read fine print?
What you getting at?
You. Oh, there's really lots of fine print in our contract, Hump. It's a pity you didn't read it before you signed it. Paragraph 14C. I'm giving you 72 hours notice starting right now. I'm buying you out, partner.
Where? Where's it say that?
Oh, you never could read anything but a roadmap, could you, Hump? Well, big man, you're going to be cash rich in 72 hours. But you won't be with this company.
Just like that.
Just like that.
You just bought yourself a whole mess of trouble.
Why don't we make that unanimous?
What are you doing here? Get out.
Maybe you didn't hear. Sports cars are out of season.
Not to mention people.
Get the boys.
Look, friend, right now, you're an innocent bystander.
I'm not one for crowds myself.
We're not too large on daytime parties, but your kind of invitation's hard to turn down.
It's a 300 H&H Magnum. Handmade. Real Circassian walnut stock. All the way from Russia. Ever see a rifle like that?
Only once.
It's yours. You got that old pizzazz, kid. I like that. It's all yours. Take it and get out.
What does he owe us?
2 tires and a little time, about $100.
We'll take it out and trade.
Dealer's choice. Pick it up. Pick it up! You're fast, boy. A real alley cat.
You worked a few garbage cans yourself.
Come on.
Yeah.
Wait. I got a story I want to tell you. One time I was on a safari. This old water buffalo come charging me. Like to kill me. That's you, boy. Wild and quick. You know what I did? I had him caught and rope tied. Then I had my bearers dig a deep pit, covered over with branches and leaves. Then I got on the other side of it. I had him loose that old buffalo. He come charging again, and whoosh. And you know what I did? I sat on the edge of that pit all day. Just kept pumping shots away. First the hooves, then the horns, chip by chip.
Finally the eyes, one by one.
I'm not finished. There's a moral to this story. From now on, boys, step lightly.
Since one of us has to be at the lodge tomorrow for the hunting trip and you're leaving the company, I'll extend your apologies.
What do you boys do, carry two spares?
What gives?
I'm waiting to ask you.
We had 2 tires shot out this morning.
Hardly looks like it, does it?
No, it must have been the little people that live in the woods.
Using invisible bullets, I expect.
Well, these are all paid for. I suppose you can figure out what you want to do with them.
Look, you may think we're crazy, but we had those 2 tires shot out from under us this morning.
Oh, I think you're pretty slick. I think you paid a lot of money for an alibi that isn't going to work, mister.
Wait a minute, what do you mean alibi?
The state of New Mexico sets up its game laws to protect against poachers like you.
Poachers? We don't even have a gun.
You don't, huh? You seem kind of surprised. Fact is, I didn't find it in the car. I found it in the brush where you threw it. Now, you may not want to sniff that gun to see if it's been fired, because I expect you already know. But you see, I didn't know. So I sniffed. Well, it turned out it had been fired after all, which didn't surprise me after I found that doe you shot.
What doe?
The doe I found over by your tent. That one. Now, let me tell you something. Laws are one thing, and breaking laws is one thing. But breaking laws the way you did is something else. You call yourselves hunters. Well, you're not hunters. You're killers.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
That animal is less than a year old, and it's a doe. And this is a game refuge. Now, I checked your car real good, fellas, and I found food. So you can't tell me that you killed for hunger, which is something that I could understand.
No, look, I don't care what you think.
Hold
No,
it,
just
hold
wait
it,
a minute.
hold
I
it.
don't...
And we didn't kill any deer. Let's look at this thing calmly.
Well, I'm not calm. You want somebody to listen to you calmly. You talk to the justice of the peace. All right, let's get in my truck.
Get your hands off me!
Now, get it straight. I didn't happen on this job. I went after it because I like animals. Now get in.
Good girl, Trink. I got him right in the eye. I was on this ferry, see? And up in this tree is a big hippopotamus looking right down at me. So I say, now, what would Hump do? He'd hit him right in the eye. So here's mud in your eye, old Humpopotamus.
You go on up and get dressed. We're gonna have dinner with the gang.
Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What? How come? I thought we were fired.
He said 72 hours, didn't he? That's a world of time.
Huh?
And pour on the charm at dinner tonight, especially Gus.
Hump, let's go to dinner. Let's get packed and go to Oklahoma. It's such a beautiful night.
Wear that new dress I bought you in Dallas. The shiny one.
Hump, you're gonna be busting at the seams with money. Isn't that enough?
Listen, kid. When you got 15 bucks in your kick, you want 50. When you got a piece of the action, you want the whole action. When you got 10 states, you want 48. Don't you see, Trink? That's what makes a man different from an animal. With an animal, it's one kill, one dinner. But with a man, a real man, there's never any such thing as enough. Now go on, Trink. Make yourself beautiful.
There's a guy with a great sense of humor.
Well, it's almost 10. Maybe we should make our one phone call.
Oh, do you think that's going to do any good? I mean, how does a banker in Denver know who's calling? Anybody can get on the phone and say, "Good morning, old buddy. This is Depositor Stiles and Murdoch calling from our cozy little cell in Santa Fe. Would you do us a big favor and send us $600 from our account, quick like a bunny?"
That's not the way it works. Remember when we opened the account, they sent us all those forms and I had to fill out my mother's maiden name and place of birth and all that jazz? That's like a code. This morning when we call the bank, they'll ask us the same questions.
Well, so what happens if you're an orphan?
Don't get arrested.
Thanks.
Hey there, little buffaloes. I'll take these two. Come on. Ollie, ollie, out's in free.
Okay, what's this all about?
My good deed for the year. Perhaps for the decade.
Just paid your bail.
And it's not even deductible. Bye.
What's your friend Hump doing, letting us out so he can set us up for a felony rap?
Hump? He's forgotten all about you two. Once he's bagged his quarry, it's dead and buried as far as he's concerned.
Except for you?
I think, back in Elizabethan times, they must have signed up men like you to chop off heads.
That's right. I come from a long line of headhunters, and I'm looking for one in particular this season. A thick-necked slob called Hump. Where do you suggest I start?
In your little sports car, with your seatbelt fastened, and your hood pointed east. And you go just as fast and as far as you can.
And we're getting very attached to Hump. We're finding more and more in common with him. It's a little experience we shared together, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Everybody falls into Hump's trap. He's got a skill for hunting, a real way with people. Take me, for example. I was 18 years old when he went hunting at my daddy's farm. A big, shiny car and a flashy ring. It took him 30 minutes to sweet-talk my daddy. Daddy said, "Bring her up a lady, sir. Give her a fine education." He kept that part of the deal. I got a real education. Part of that education was learning not to cross him. He always drive out of town. Forget all about it. Wish I could.
Gentlemen?
Is Mr. Humphrey still in 416?
Nah, the whole pack of them climbed the chartered bus this morning at 5. Woke up half the hotel.
Where'd they go?
Hunting, I guess.
Hunting? Where?
Lawson Lodge up in the Pecos. You boys late for the party?
Yeah. Thanks.
Good hunting.
Chet, I don't care how busy you are. I told you months ago about that poacher.
Be with him just a minute, fellas.
And just this morning, we found 2 more of his traps. No, they were sprung. And one had a deer foot in it. Cut off clear up to the fetlock.
Well, look who's here, the Rolling Stone. Don't you know you can't gather any moss just rolling and rolling?
Now, what about old man River? He just rolls along. Think of all the moss he gathers.
Well, climb aboard the Ark, because we're about to have another flood when Hump sees you 2 boys around. He's out there with a gun. Just wait to find something to kill.
Out where?
You know, every time he sees some living thing, he looks for the kill point. Between the eyes, behind the foreleg, base of the spine. You know, it just depends on the game. See? That's what happens if you've been around him long enough. The whole world's a target. The payoff's just one more bullseye. Oh, why do you want to be a target?
Well, I'll tell you. They got this little book at the Santa Fe jail where they write down all the names of the bad guys that shoot off guns in posted areas.
It's the same when they throw at you.
Yeah, like $300 fine per head for a starter.
90 days in jail.
Now, the trial's
We
Tuesday.
need a witness.
Somebody to testify, somebody to throw a little truth in the ring.
Someone like your friend Hump.
We thought he'd just love to take the ride and clear the record. Now, where is he?
Ooh, you boys are downright square. Whatever happened to all the wonderful square people in the world?
Maybe Hump found their kill point.
You go up that upper trail, and he'll find yours.
Thanks. All we have to do is follow the gunshots and the bodies.
Listen to me. Now, what's more important? 2 more demerits in Santa Fe or staying alive? You go after him now, you'll never leave New Mexico.
Look, 90 days or never. What's the difference?
You're kidding.
No, we're not.
What'll you do if you find him? Talk him back in?
Sooner or later, he's going to put that gun down. When he does, we'll get him.
shooting at that next mountain?
My dang sights need adjusting. Oh, you kidding? It's your eyeballs need adjusting. Hey, look, let's double up. Let's make it $10 a twig. How about it?
With my turn coming up next?
Go ahead, Gus. Show us how.
Come on, Gus. Get us a lesson.
All right. But how's it going to look? I bring you boys up here for your vacation and take all your money. It's a terrible way for a boss to act.
Oh.
Still want to make it $10?
Hey, Hump! Hey, Hump, how you doing? Gus said you might not make it.
Oh, now you boys know better than that. I wouldn't miss a chance to do some shooting. Hey, I'm sorry I knocked down your targets, Gus. Just having a little fun.
Makes no difference, Hump. We're just killing some time.
Killing time? With all the game in these mountains? Hey, you come on with me. We'll go on up ahead. I'll show you some real shooting. I got me an 8-point buck all staked out. You boys don't mind, do you?
Now we're just goofing off anyway.
We're going back to lodge.
Unless you're too tired, Gus.
I'll take it as far as you will.
That boy. Hey! You guys tell Cook that Gus and me's gonna bring home some venison for dinner.
Yeah? You wouldn't mind us having the cook put out some beefsteak just in case, would you?
Hey, you guys keep them cards warm. We'll pick up where we left off. I feel lucky.
Right,
Okay, we'll see, boss.
Great guys, great guys. But real pigeons when it comes to 7-card stud.
Won't do you any good, Hump, laying on all this charm. That 72 hours still holds.
I never mix business and pleasure, Gus. Now, come on, let's go.
Look, Trinket, you're a good kid and all that jazz, and we appreciate you warning us, but from now on, stay out of it. Will you go home?
Well, what if he kills her? You know, what about my investment? And my conscience.
Now, you keep your eyes open, Gus. We gotta find us that buck. Push it! Oh, come on, Gus.
You that desperate, Hump?
You know something, Gus? If I did fall off here, you'd save yourself $1 million. Did you ever think of that?
I don't think the way you do. Funny it took me all these years to see it so clear.
You know, I had Baker in a gunny sack. Now, what's wrong with that? You explain that to me.
If I gotta explain it, you wouldn't understand it anyway.
Look, Gus, Baker's just one more animal in this jungle. Just like me. And just like you. Hump! Hang on! You gonna help me, Gus? It'll cost you $1 million. Dig in. We'll make it. Together, Gus. I'm Pat. You and me. What do you say, Gus? Like it's always been?
No, I meant it. It's all over. That's it. Well, that's the way you want it. No!
Why, Hop? Why?
Drink it. Tod, grab it on. Hump, let's make a deal. We didn't see anything, okay? Hump, we changed our mind. It's none of our business between you and Trinket. We'll just leave the gold and cut out, okay? Is that okay, Hump?
First the hooves. Isn't that right?
Trinket!
Then the horns. Chip by chip.
That's my girl. Make it count. Just like I always showed you.
Beg. I want to hear you beg.
Sure, hon. Sure. Just aim straight now. Nice and clean. Right between the eyes. That's what I want now. That's what you gotta do. I got that much covered. That's a girl. That's a girl. Oh. Just hold down steady and squeeze it. Squeeze it on. Shoot, Trinket, shoot!
Trinket, don't you see what he's trying to do? He's trying to drag you down with him.
Don't listen to him! Use it, Trinket! Use it! Don't you see? They want to put me in a cage.
That's not so bad, huh? Look at me. I've managed.
We always run with the best. Huh, Trink? Huh? You ain't gonna let them lock me up someplace, are you? Please, Trinket. Please use it. Use it, Trink, like I do.
This has been a Screen Gems film presentation from Columbia Pictures. Herbert B. Leonard, executive producer.